Thank you, Peg, so much, and thanks to everyone behind my dear words for doing such a great job at this event. And of course, thank you all for coming. It's really great to see so many of you. I'm originally from Serbia, and I wrote a novel which mostly deals with the crisis of the 1990s in that part of the world. And I'm going to read an excerpt. I was the third one to leave. My friend Jovana moved out of Belgrade in 1991 while we were still in high school. Her father was an eminent professor who transferred abroad at first hints of Yugoslav disaster, first gunshots and demonstrations. My friend Nina dropped out of college in 1994 when her great uncle in Chicago got in touch with a local folklore group which needed a talented Serbian dancer. Although Nina had thought she was done with folklore in middle school, she didn't hesitate to brush up on half-forgotten steps and learn how to braid her hair in sleek curls around the crown of her head. The hairstyle worked so well in her visa interview that she did it again for her trip to Chicago. We were seeing her off at a makeshift stop for shuttle buses to Budapest because Belgrade airport was closed due to the UN sanctions. It was the dead of winter and the frigid Koševa wind was bending leafless trees on the street, breaking through her heaviest jackets, perturbing everything except for Nina's dazzling smile, accentuated with a crimson lipstick, which matched the fine embroidery on her newly discovered traditional scarf. She grabbed me in a hug and whispered in my ear, "Can't wait to see you in America." While her words surprised me a bit, they weren't actually out of line. Top engineering students like me often moved abroad after college graduation, either with job offers or graduate school stipends. Yet, at that moment, my own departure seemed too distant to consider. As I watched Nina say goodbye to our friend Sandra, I only thought of things we'd done together in Belgrade, of our coffee talks, downtown parties, and protest marches aimed at stopping the destructive course of our country. Nina had always brought her endless energy and urged everyone to put their best foot forward, just as she was doing now, playing the role of a dedicated folklore dancer so perfectly that she looked like a movie star, lost among ordinary immigrants. "I'll miss her so much," I told Sandra, as the bus turned the corner and the last view of Nina disappeared. "Me too," she said. "But when you leave, I'll miss you even more." 3 years later, on the night before my departure to California, Sandra came over to help me with packing, but ended up helping my mom in the kitchen, fixing snacks for relatives and neighbors who dropped by unannounced to say goodbye. It was one of those spontaneous Belgrade gatherings, where personal and global stories weaved into a complicated net, which wouldn't let anyone loose until wee hours. "I remember when I heard about your stipend," our neighbor Ljubica said over yet another cup of coffee. "I almost felt it wasn't the best timing, because it seemed that things were finally turning for the better here." On the day I received a letter with my scholarship offer from California, most of the city had been celebrating for a different reason. After 3 months of protests over local elections, President Milosevic had finally accepted the opposition victory, admitting to fraud. Tens of thousands of people on the streets were in a spectacular mood. I joined the march by the television building, where we blew our whistles as we'd always done, but this time around we whistled in joy, creating welcoming music for new leaders of Belgrade, for a hopeful new chapter in Serbian history. "And what do we have now?" Ljubica continued, shaking her head. "We have an excellent mayor, but we're still stuck with the same terrible president who's leading us to ruin. I'm so glad you're leaving this crazy place, my dear Milana. All who can should run away at once." Everyone started agreeing with her, raising concerns about Milosevic and the possible new crisis in Kosovo. This dampened the previously cheerful mood, but Uncle Zdravko changed the subject. "I don't think Milan is moving abroad because of politics. She's moving because she's extraordinary," he said. "She stood out even as a kid, curious, tireless, woke up early, stayed up late. Great minds don't sleep. Nikola Tesla slept less than 2 hours a day. I've said it before, and I repeat it now. This is the new Tesla." He ended with a proud grin, raising a glass. While most of the close family had already heard him speak of Tesla in me this way, our neighbor Vojkan was truly touched. He refilled his glass with rakia to toast to the occasion. "We're witnessing history here tonight," he said. "In the 1880s, Serbian genius Nikola Tesla moved to America to change the world. And now, in the 1990s, another Serbian genius is doing the same. Cheers for brilliant Milena and her great inventions in the future." The room erupted with sounds of approval and excitement, joyful cheers and festive clinking of glasses. For most of the evening, I refrained from joining the conversation, which occasionally allowed me to sneak to my room and reshuffle countless books on my desk, hoping that it would somehow help me decide which ones to pack. Now I felt compelled to speak. "Dragi moji, thank you for the wonderful thoughts and wishes. But let's not get carried away. I have just got a stipend for my first year of graduate school, which might get extended if all goes well. It's really not that remarkable." "That's how it always starts," Anton Zrako said, mentioning a former co-worker who left for Sweden with a 3-month contract, which soon became a permanent job. Everybody started talking about myriad acquaintances, from esteemed doctors to ordinary students, and various types of visas they held at different points of their journeys abroad. I used the opportunity to retreat to my room, where Sandra was folding clothes on my bed. "I'd pack these now," she said, pointing to a pile in the corner. "And I'd leave the rest for later if space allows. What do you think?" I looked at a bunch of glasses in her hands and heaps of photographs on the shelf behind her back, and I began to cry. Because in spite of the potential great inventions that awaited in California, a part of me didn't want to leave my best friend and my wonderful family in this mess of a city. I wished I could pack my whole house and everyone in it. Or better yet, I wish I could bring something back. Something that would change Belgrade into a place that people didn't necessarily live, and that wasn't constantly at risk of war, a place where hope lasted longer than for a few sporadic weeks after some exceptional event. I cried because it didn't seem like too much to ask for, and yet I knew it was impossible. Thank you.